So, 2010, early 2010, that was when until then, I was a very happy economics professor writing obscure articles and books that no more than 20 people read. Life was great for me too. I became prominent, at least in Greece, because I wrote an article saying, we are bankrupt, let's embrace our bankruptcy. Let's not try to extend it and pretend it. Extend it in the future by borrowing more, pretending that we're not bankrupt because we've borrowed. And of course, you realize that I became a national traitor, somebody who was going against the interests of the country by declaring Greece to be bankrupt and so on and so forth. And lo and behold, a few months later, May 2010, what happened? The Greek bankrupt state received the largest loan in history, 110 billion, not only in relative terms, in absolute terms, on condition that our income will shrink. That's what austerity does. Now, how old do you need to understand? Let's imagine this. Knock on wood, you lose your job, or your income is reduced, and you can't repay your mortgage. You can't meet your mortgage repayments every month, every week. And the bank comes to you and says, well, we have a solution. Here's a credit card. Draw from it to meet your repayments for the next few months, weeks. And this is the funny part. This is the hilarious part. We will do this on condition that you promise to shrink your income further. Now, an 8-year-old, my daughter, when she was 8, I explained this to her, she said, that's stupid. The Greek government, the International Monetary Fund, the European Central Bank, and the European Commission thought it was a great idea. Okay? And this is why Greece has entered a nosedive, and we're still in it. Now, January 2015, about a year ago, on the basis of this argument, I was elected to Parliament, and I was appointed finance minister. First thing I did was to go to Brussels, to Frankfurt, to Washington, where the IMF is, and to say to them, folks, you know, what we've been doing for the last 5 years, my daughter tells me stupid, and I think she's right. I have it on very good authority. And can we please start from scratch here? And I'll tell you what happened. Not in any great detail, because there's no need for a great detail. I was sitting down with the head of one of those institutions. I'm not going to tell you her name. I'm not. No, I believe in confidentiality. No, I don't. Anyway, so we were sitting down after a long technical discussion on debt swaps that we needed to do and reform packages. And she said this to me. She said, Yanis, I know you're right. This program for Greece can't work. But you've got to understand something important. We have invested a lot of political capital in it. And your credibility, my credibility, depends on you accepting it. I didn't accept it. As of the next day, the Financial Times, the Wall Street Journal was depicting me as an irresponsible, time-wasting gambler who had nothing to say. You know why? Because I was refusing to sign on the dotted line of another loan agreement, which was impossible to meet in terms of its obligations, and whose implementation condemned Greece to a deepening of the Great Depression.